while they were over their Christmas break, which was 2 to 3 weeks. And so we rerouted their phone numbers into Dialpad. And so their business became basically a virtual phone system inside Dialpad. And they were able to still take calls over the holidays. Now they closed an additional $10,000 of business over the Christmas period just because they answered the phone. DJ asks, what do I recommend for a Google compatible business phone solution? Great question. We happen to be a global partner for Dialpad. We were the first ones to bring Dialpad to Australia, I think probably 6 or 7-ish years ago now. And Dialpad is sold through us at itGenius. If you're interested in it, we'd really love for you to consider buying the licenses through us. Doesn't cost you anything extra. In fact, you may even get a discount, so we can help you set up a trial, evaluate the product. We'll hold your hand through that. You don't have to pay us any consulting or for any support. We'll just issue the licenses if you want to go off to the races and implement it yourself. But that is an amazing app that connects you to your business and connects you to Google Workspace. Now, I'm going to open up Dialpad on my computer here and give you a quick rundown on what actually happens inside Dialpad, because it's a pretty darn awesome piece of technology. Now, I'll open up my Dialpad. This is now in a progressive web app, which means it runs on my Chrome box. And I can just log in with my Google email address because it's all connected to my Google ecosystem, and it's going to automatically open up my phone here. So let me zoom in so you can see that a little bit better. So here is my Dialpad, and my Dialpad actually gives me not only access to our office main line, which is our main company line that everyone has access to, but I also get a direct number that I can dial in and out from. So if someone wants to call my direct number, then they can actually call through to that number. But what Dialpad gives me is something very, very cool. You know, apart from all the basics, like I can see that my executive assistant Gypsy has just started a phone call here. I can see who's available today. I can see who's unavailable at the moment. But when I go to the main line for our company, let's go and have a look here at all the calls that are coming into our main line. I can actually see who has made calls into our company. I can see who has actually answered those calls. I can see how long the duration of the call was. I could even potentially open up and see if there's a transcript. Doesn't look like there's a transcript for that particular call. But yeah, it basically brings up absolutely everything in one place so I can see right across the whole company. Now, not only that, Dialpad also gives you pretty amazing analytics, reports. It's got amazing AI features like the ability to automatically have your calls transcribed, and it can take action items and bullets from your calls. A number of amazing features that you don't get with Google Voice and you don't get with any other tools. It's really, really a fantastic piece of software. And it was actually built by ex-Googlers. And so there was a product called Grand Central that was bought by Google and became Google Voice. And so the guys that created Google Voice then left Google and created Dialpad because they wanted to create a business phone solution and they thought they could do a better job than Google. Google Voice was taking way too long to be released. It has now been released, but feature for feature, Dialpad's got a lot more business and enterprise features than Google Voice does. And price-wise, they're pretty much at parity. So make sure you consider Dialpad. If you're interested, there are other tools out there. There's 8x8. There's Ring Central, but we love Dialpad. We've implemented it in hundreds of companies and it goes very, very well. The other cool thing about Dialpad is if you have an international team, like let's say maybe you've got a team in the Philippines that you're building out for customer service, they can actually call using local country numbers for the country that you operate your business in. So we primarily operate inside Australia, and so the majority of our customers are in Australia. And so our team, even though based in the Philippines, when they're calling our Australian customers, will actually have Australian phone numbers dialing to our customers. We also have our sales team who are working with our US-based customers, dialing out from US-based numbers. So it doesn't look like some weird number showing up on someone's phone when you're calling your customers. But the cool thing is that you could be on the beach using Dialpad and dialing your customers from another country, and they think you are in their state or in their city based on the numbers that we issue for your Dialpad account. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection, or you can even use the pretty awesome app on your mobile phone to get work done. And one of the interesting things about Dialpad, and to an extent some of these other cloud-based phone systems, it was actually designed mobile first. So the primary interface it was designed for is actually to work on a mobile rather than working on a desktop. And a lot of legacy PABX is the technical term, but the VoIP systems, voice over IP systems, have to run on an app on a computer. And a lot of the mobile phone apps are absolute trash. They're really, really hard to use. They drop out, the quality is poor, but Dialpad have done a phenomenal job on the mobile experience. Also, if you think about if you have your phone just on your computer, let's say you're on the other side of the office and the phone rings, you've got to run back to your computer, you've got to unlock it, you've got to put on your headset, and then you've got to answer the call. It can be a little bit of a mess, whereas your phone is always in your pocket. And even though you're using the app on your mobile phone and you might be down the street, you are still using your business phone line. So your customer just sees a business phone line that they're calling. Very, very cool, especially around this time for Christmas. If you are coming up to a holiday period for your business, you may be interested to implement something like Dialpad, particularly if you have the kind of business that people come to do business with you. We had a customer who can't remember their business. I think it was some kind of like heavy machinery or manufacturing, and customers would come to their location to get service. But while they were over their Christmas break, which was 2 to 3 weeks, they obviously didn't have anyone at the office or at their warehouse location to answer calls. And so we rerouted their phone numbers into Dialpad. And so their business became basically a virtual phone system inside Dialpad. And they were able to still take calls over the holidays. Now, they closed an additional $10,000 of business over the Christmas period just because they answered the phone. And think about it, all of your competitors are probably not answering the phone over Christmas, but you could have 1 or 2 staff designated to take calls or at least respond to voicemails over that period for anyone who does happen to call your business, and that's going to put you well ahead of anyone who is just literally not answering calls and not getting back to any potential inquiries. So food for thought around this time of year if you've got holidays coming up. Our recommendation is Dialpad. If you're interested in that, jump on the link down below this video and book in an inquiry with our team. There's also a Dialpad page on our website, which has heaps of videos and more information on the product. If you like this content, please hit subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live or drop new content on the channel. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, hit us up on social media or join our free community group. All the links to that are right below this video. If you'd like to learn more about Google Workspace and the technology ecosystem, you can join our free Genius Academy by transferring your billing across to itGenius. Or you can join a Workspace Basics Bootcamp. Now, if you're a business owner and you're interested in an audit on your technology stack or your Workspace account, or you're looking to do a project in the tech world, well, you can take advantage of our free consultation. And if you need help right now, then consider joining Concierge or taking up a quick fix with our team for professional support for your tech stack.